Hey, how you doing?
What's up, bro?
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Do you feel like the United States Constitution has been hijacked?
In what way?
Because there's too much policing going on, and it's tyranny. The government today is ruling by tyranny.
Great, brother.
But you know about the United States Constitution, right?
To a point,
Aren't you supposed to? Didn't you swear in to protect the Constitution?
I do the best I can.
And the presidents swear in to protect the Constitution.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. But did you know in Article 1, Section 2, the 3/5 persons, the so-called Negroes,
Okay.
they are the sole heirs of the Constitution, because the 13th Amendment, abolishment of slavery, 14th Amendment is citizenship,
Okay.
15th Amendment is the vote.
Okay.
That's a wall right there.
Okay.
So the government belongs to the so-called Negroes, the 3/5 persons. They're in the Constitution. They are non-consenters. They are the only constitutional citizens according to the law of the land.
Okay.
So we are the law. My people, we are the house of King David. Your people are aliens to the Constitution, foreigners to the Constitution.
Okay.
You're the hijackers of the Constitution, you
Okay.
Gentiles.
Okay.
See, we're the house of King David. We're the Jews, the real Jews.
Okay.
So Jesus Christ, the Black Messiah, is coming back to judge your race, who is Esau.
Okay.
Your father Esau sold your birthright to his brother Jacob. That's my father.
Mm-hmm.
The God of heaven and earth, that's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Okay.
He citizenized his people, the house of King David, in that Constitution. And I want you to know that. You need to tell your fellow brothers, because you're a brotherhood, to stop ruling by tyranny over God's people. Your sin is that you have exalted yourself against the house of King David.
Okay.
That's the hand of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
I gotta take off, bro. You trying to have a better day? Okay?
He's coming back
Have a good day. Okay?
to judge. I can't give you dog because of your people. Your people
All right. You have a good day. All right?
are brute beasts, man. Jesus Christ, the Black Messiah, is coming back to judge your people. Let's see what all these face masks are about over here. Hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? What's with the face masks? What y'all represent?
RLSH, Real Life Superheroes. We're out here doing a homeless outreach, giving away food and supplies to homeless people.
Who you representing again?
We're called RLSH, Real Life Superheroes.
Real life superhero. You got a card or something? So I can,
hey, anybody got a card, anything for this gentleman?
We don't carry cards anymore. We carried them for years and never really did anything. We stopped.
Let me ask you guys, what y'all think about the United States Constitution? Do you feel like it's been hijacked by this government here? For example, democracy. That's contrary to the United States Constitution, isn't it? Because the United States Constitution is a republic. So, what do you guys feel about that? I mean, you feel like that's a big deal? Or you don't care or what?
I care a lot in my civilian personality. When we're out here doing this, try not to...
Do you think the United States Constitution should be protected? Because they swear in. I just talked to an officer. He says they do swear in to protect the United States Constitution. So does the president.
Every soldier.
But they don't protect the constitutional citizens, because the constitutional citizens are the 3/5 persons in Article 1, Section 2. Those are the slaves, ex-slaves, Negroes. We are the United States Constitution. Okay? And they don't protect us. So they fight against the Constitution. You can't be a constitutional citizen and fight against the Constitution. That doesn't make any sense. So the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Isaac, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that's the God of King David, the house of King David. He's coming back to judge this world for how they treat his people, because they are oppressing our people. For 400 years, they have oppressed our people. And we are the constitutional citizens. 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment is another proof of that, which is the law of the land. So they police our people with tyranny to this very day. Yeah, till this very day. So if you believe in God, understand our God, he put out his people in chat-out slavery. That's Deuteronomy 28:68 of the Bible. He also delivered his people from captivity. You know, the white man didn't set us free. There was a civil war fought for us. The Union won, and the white nations are still Confederate. According to Psalms 83, they still fighting against the fact that we are free.
Unfortunately.
So they hate the fact that we are free. So they came up with this counterfeit government, which is the hijacking of the Constitution, and the penalty for that is death, man. The penalty for that is death.
I don't disagree.
If y'all believe in the Bible, Exodus 21:16 said, "He that stealeth a man and selleth him," that penalty is death. There's no
How you doing, folks? Need a hand?
there's no statute of limitation on kidnapping or murder or rape.
The only reason we have police was to oppress your people.
That's right.
That's a fucking shame.
I appreciate
Forgive
you
my
admitting that. I appreciate you admitting that, because that's true. That's a known fact.
Oh, I never asked.
They're slave
I
catchers.
roll with a lot of police officers, and when I do, I test to see if they know the difference between an aortal or an airway choke, because of what they did to George Floyd. None of them know the difference, so I instruct them and I make them tap extra.
You train?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Half the officers, or half the school I roll with on every other Sunday at Open Man. Officers, because they're trying to make, they got that cocky masculinity going on.
Right.
But they got their boys club, and I hate it just as much as everybody else.
Right.
I get to see it on the opposite side. I will admit, I have an air about me. They leave me alone. But also, my ex-wife works for the police department, so they know not to mess with me because you don't piss off your dispatcher. But at the same time, I've seen what they do to other people.
Right.
And they need to be. Something needs to be done.
Right. Internal Affairs is not doing their job
Heck, most
adequately.
Most precincts don't even have. Like big cities like Indianapolis, yeah. Fort Wayne, yeah. But like smaller burgs that are not the saddle of
Right.
their county,
Nobody.
they don't have that. They have their club.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
Yeah.
you buy me a few drinks next time we go out, and I got you.
Yeah.
Or here's a 50. I got
Yeah.
it. But you know, this is me being polite and asking. When we went to Chicago, November. I think it was November. Yeah, it was November. We do an annual Underneath Chicago outreach out there, and there was a big organization of men with staffs, all African Americans. I think they called themselves the Black Israelites.
Yeah.
Is that
Hebrew Israelites.
okay?
Yeah.
That's what.
So
it is.
you're familiar with them?
Well, my grandfather was Jewish, but he's a step-grandfather. He married into the family.
You know, ish is different. That
Yes.
means pertaining to. Those are converts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they had some very good points.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on?
But they're right to the point where they don't believe in the name Jesus Christ. That's where they're in error. So they have a different doctrine. So that makes them counterfeit Hebrew Israelites. That's
Yes,
what
they were saying.
Yeah. They are according to ancient history, but the God of Israel did something different when he brought his son Jesus Christ. So we have to be born of the Spirit.
And I've always enjoyed the story of King
That's what
David,
they reject.
because
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
former airborne infantryman,
Yeah.
you get blood on your hands. God doesn't want you to start a church, so his son did. But
You do know those are Negroes in the Bible.
Mhm.
Moses and Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, King
Oh,
David, Jesus Christ himself.
I was over
Black
there in
man.
Iraq and Afghanistan, and you'd be surprised at the diversity over there. But no one talks about it. They always think they have this
Yeah.
preformed notion of what people is and what life is like over there. They have no idea.
Right.
Just like they have no idea what it's like for people who sleep rough on the streets.
Right. Yeah, I've been there.
They don't look away. They don't
Yeah, I've been
acknowledge
there.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
They're the forgotten man. That's what you're talking
Yeah.
about. But no black person whose ancestors were slave descendants should be homeless.
oh, I agree.
We really, this government belongs to
When
us.
I first got to Fort Bragg, it was two black men that took me in. I was just some bigger goof from Flint, Michigan. They taught me everything I need to know about staying safe. Then when I got into boxing, one of them was my boxing coach. They brought me to their houses Christmas time because we weren't allowed to go back home at that time because we were on block leave. But growing up in Flint and all that, I don't agree.
Right. Right. So
I see some of it in Indy, but at the same time, you go into some of these suburbs, they look at your people versus other people.
So you do have empathy and sympathy for our people, for how we were treated.
Yes.
We're number one incarcerated and all of that.
That's
We're still
100%.
oppressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Are you on TikTok at all?
YouTube, King
Okay.
Superman.
Okay.
YouTube.
You ever heard of Thomas DeVille and Bishop?
No.
Okay, that's one of my best buds. We used to serve together, but it's a big thing on TikTok. We formed the guild together, and basically we all do activism in our own ways, and this is my weird way. He does his, but he's got, I think he's almost to 2 million followers, but we do as much as we can. He is a black man, but not that that means anything.
Let me ask you. So if you see one of your fellow police officers,
I don't have a police. I'm not black. I'm a Mason. I'm not a police officer. I just trained.
you train them.
No, I just train. I don't train them. They come to my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym on open mat on Sundays,
Okay.
and I test them,
Oh, okay.
and I take pleasure in it.
But you wouldn't call that training them, the police? You don't call that
Teaching them a
training?
lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, think of it as like martial arts teaching, not.
That's kind of a play on words, though, a little bit.
Well,
right?
it's a different philosophy. They're there because they're being told they need to be better at subduing a suspect so another George Floyd doesn't happen. I'm there to make sure, as a student there, to respect that school, but instructing them properly and not disrespect the school. It's like I said, it's a different philosophy. Now, do I take personal enjoyment in making them tap, whispering things that make them feel uncomfortable because this whole masculine thing we put on top of each other is easily exploitable and another trick. So if I lean into an officer, because it's the only opportunity I can really make them feel small. That's where they're scared, is when they feel small. I take enjoyment in making them feel uncomfortable, to basically tell them, like, hey, if you keep threatening me with parking tickets after we leave here, I'm going to dislocate your thumb, so every time you try to touch yourself at night, you'll think of me for the next month. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't like them. You don't treat people that way.
Right.
And that's just the end of the story.
Right.
So when you say teaching, no, I am not an officer. I am just a restoration mason, raising 3 kids by himself that has enjoyed martial arts and pugilism and wrestling since high school.
So you're not racist? You wouldn't call yourself a racist?
It'd be bold of me to say that.
Yeah. You got a little bit in you.
Oh no, but
You Italian or Irish?
I am not one to make that claim. I have to let my peers make that claim.
Yeah.
It's by my action, like what we're doing today.
Do you think the blacks deserve reparations?
I do.
Yeah.
I think this is going to sound silly. I'm a Norse pagan. My ancestors come from Scandinavia. I think the church owes reparations to half the damn world. And if I believe that, and they're already doing it to what they do to kids.
We served 400 years.
Oh, I don't disagree.
Yeah, wait. So we first. We're
And
first
I think
in line.
it needs
Plus,
to be
we're the
updated
citizens.
from a donkey and a wagon or
40 acres, 40 acres and a
acres.
mule.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So you agree we're first in line, but we keep getting pushed to the back of the line, and your presidents are letting immigrants come in, and then they push us further back. Further back, and we're first in line
I
because
agree.
we built America, we built the world, and we got nothing to show for it.
That was
from the other nations.
It was the basis of a trade of, I think, was it Portugal that started it? Started the slave markets, and then it just kind of spread from there because it was
Portugal,
viewed as a commodity.
then
So
Virginia.
at the end of the day, we're all trying to get by, and if we don't acknowledge each other's struggle,
But we're God's chosen elect. We're constitutional citizens. See, we have the 14th. We're non-consenters.
hold on.
Everybody else come here by consent. Your people came by consent. We were not. We came to this country against our will. You see what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah.
We immigrated.
And we
did.
inherited constitutional rights.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's an inheritance from God. We have constitutional rights that are ignored by the nations. Mainly the white people, Caucasians. That's the seed of Esau, Edom, which God rejects. He hates Esau, Edom because they're the border of wickedness. And the proof of that is how they treat our people.
Mm-hmm.
God's chosen people. And they have to pay for that. The God of Israel is coming back for vengeance, for that blood.
I don't
that they
want there to
share.
be an end of days. I really don't.
Yeah, but there's going to be. You know, what a man sow, he got to reap.
I agree. I think there's